So this is the room we are working in. It's called the sound room that we have in our design department. It's the perfect room that we had in our mind. So it's already dark, and we wanted a clear, short lighting for the project we are doing. So we can have the lighting to our adjustment, and also the correct amount of light should be there in this project. So yes, we have work on that. Talking about the setup of this camera was too hectic, but we have still managed it, and it's perfect for this shot. So we needed an overhead shot for this the project. So how we have managed to get this one, and the projectors, yes, so screened a lot of animated sequences, movies in this room for the inspirations. Sir has shown us some of his projects he has done in NID, and it was inspiring. The movies were inspiring. Had all the amenities, the charging, the camera, the setup. It was all to our the way we wanted it.
Now we need a good actor. No, I'm saying this boy. Boy has to act, no? To be hired.
So this is our course, moving images and animation. This time we were, sir told us like it was a vague idea, but one of our sir friends, Aditi, we have to make one music video for her song, and so this is all set up for that thing.
I remember the day she had left the company. We had a very close group of friends, and to all of us she sang one particular song, and to me she sang Zombie, one of my favorite songs, and I used to really love her voice. Her voice was so unique, so that was like a farewell gift that she had sent to me, and I had made an illustration for her which she really values till today. Not as long as a year ago, but some months ago she had posted something on Instagram, and I don't know, I just typed let's collaborate, and immediately she replied yes, so she was absolutely game for something like this, and in academia I think it's a wonderful platform for us to experiment, try out something, because we don't have to worry whether this comes out good or not. I mean, there's a certain freedom that we get in academia to do such kind of creative projects.
So I would say I'm fortunate enough that I'm friends with the director of this music video, Delwyn, and I was always in awe of Delwyn's artwork. He's so talented, and I think when I released my song and I shared my music, Delwyn was always a strong supporter of me pursuing music and always encouraged me to share my music with the world. So it was middle of last year, where Delwyn came to me and asked, I think I'd shared something about my song, and he posted, congratulating me, and he asked, why don't we bring our artistic talents together and do something? And he proposed this amazing idea that why don't we make a video for your song Something More, if you're up for that project. And I was like, I would be stupid to say no.
Since 2020, I started doing these kind of animation courses where while introducing students to the basics of animation, we are also working on a live project. So being a creative person, I was also missing this kind of experience that, getting my hands onto a project. So it gave me that chance to also work with them. And it's always wonderful to work with young minds because they're full of energy and curious for knowledge. That, and also you can expand or compress. Suddenly you don't have footage. And also see, now imagine, time is in your head. Something's happened, morphed. Now you have to register this.
A little bit of volume is required.
Okay.
Otherwise, if some things keep morphing, like this come, where, what house? You don't know what characters. So the audience has to actually register these characters.
Okay.
Yeah. Did we do the boiling? I forgot.
So basically, we are working on a stop motion video through the medium of thread for a music video. So the music is acoustical. It's a very soft music about love. The idea behind thread was कि basically wanted to emulate the feeling of a guitar. A guitar has strings, and like so similarly a thread could also be seen as a string. So that was the thought behind like selecting the thread as a medium.
So what we did is we have this string, and we selected this string because Aditi's song Something More, it's a guitar song, so something that connects the simplicity of the guitar as an instrument. And we have this red color fabric as the base, and we saw Aditi's album cover page on Amazon Music, and it has this red color graphic on it. So we felt that this is a language that is also matching her as an artist, her aesthetic.
I actually watched it before I got to know about all these information, and I felt like everything is justifying to the music, and the reason that everybody said that because of the album cover and those things, it's actually without the album cover also I think the red color, the thread, everything justifies to the song.
Thread, I found that thread is an aesthetic. Like sometimes when I'm teaching my students sketching, I tell them if they are drawing with a ball pen, what if the ball pen never lifts the paper and it feels like a thread? So I think somewhere back then this idea of thread was there with me. What if you could like draw with thread and the lines just continue and it never cuts anywhere? Whatever visualizations we are forming, this is going to be a continuous string. We are not going to cut the string anywhere. That was the challenge that we set for ourselves.
We try to maintain continuity between the scenes and use some interesting transitions. We were asked not to just be very direct with communicating what was written, like just directly go with the words. So we try to go like outside the box and think differently for whatever the lyrics were there in the song.
And also the continuity, like what I felt like how it's adding to the aesthetic is because the girl, she's been in love with this guy for a very long time, and that really shows in the threads, like it's never been cut, it's never been, so I think that is how it's contributing to the whole story, the continuity.
Right answer, wrong answer.
Okay, the song is about love, friendship, and it's all about childhood love. Like the girl, this girl has had a crush on this boy, and
that's the beauty of music, is it's open to interpretation. So I'm sure different people will interpret it in different ways. But what I understand is she has a crush on a neighbor, and he is in a relationship with someone else at this point. But she feels that the connection she has with him is really strong. And the beauty of this piece, it doesn't come to a conclusion, but it's that the beauty of that feeling of confusion, that, you know, she wants something more out of, she knows that they are close friends, but she wants something more. So that is the moment that we are also trying to capture with our visualizations.
It's a simple love song, I would say. It's about two people who are best friends, and the girl realizing she is falling in love with her best friend. So it's kind of like a best friendship blossoming into love from the girl's perspective. And it's kind of a confessional song, I would say. The main line in the chorus, which says, "Are we friends or something more?" is really the gist of the song.
It really kept that innocent quality to the song, this first love, this kind of being a little bit uncertain, right? Everything's on a string, so it's really cool. It's not just that you guys done the stop motion thing, but I think really getting down to the essence of the song, right? It's really supportive, and it's really opens up something new that hasn't been there before. It's definitely I appreciate the song on a very different level now with you guys on board.
In my perspective, while I wrote it, I think it was more about what's going on in her head. She's not saying it out loud, but she wishes to say it out loud to the person, because it can be daunting to ask a question like that when you've not already expressed your feelings with each other, especially when the girl or the person is not sure how the other person feels. So it's capturing that moment of hope when she feels when the guy comes to her and tells her that, you know, this other girl he's with doesn't get him like the way she does, and that's sort of the moment for her where she feels like she wants to ask that question, and the whole song that's written is what's going on in her head, and lands on that one question: are we friends or something more?
This is falling of a leaf, so it signifies time, passing of time. So in the music video there is this line, we spent years completing each other's sentences. So this part we are planning to make the we spent years part.
So like basically what's happening is the heart is coming. So first there is ease out, slow. Then approximately in the middle, we first created an anticipation. So it's a little bit down with like waves here and there. Then a 3-frame jump. Then here it's down, creating ripples. Then it's coming again and again. Then it's slow out. It's like that. That's how we planned the scene. And like this was some basic sketches we created like before. Like we were ideating different methods, like what sort of scene which we should shoot. Firstly we thought maybe a beating heart, but then it like we tried it on the string, but it didn't come out that good, so we went with this instead.
So planning the scenes from my end, then talking the scenes to Delwyn sir, then he gave some inputs, then slowly we get to the we ended the whole storyboard, and now we're just like for every frame we are just improvising something. So the leaf one was not there in the storyboard, we have just improvised.
So there is one scene where we show the faces of the two characters with very complex details, and they are leaning close to one another in the front view, and it had lots of details. So that was probably one of the most complicated scenes, and it was one of the first. We had to actually think of how to connect one single thread and form those faces, and also similarly even clear out the scene in a sequence.
Initially like it was very difficult even to shoot a very small scene, but eventually like as we learned, as we did a lot of practice, like we were able to visualize and even create very complex scenes.
Actually when the head will move back, no, body will move little front.
Yes.
When the head is coming down, the body will move little back. We have to plan this in a very smart way. So whatever scene we are animating and whatever we are drawing, every scene will emerge with a horizontal line, that like a horizon line that will come at 1/3 of the canvas. So that way we can start any new scene or end any new scene, but somehow all the scenes will either come to that or they'll end with a blank red color canvas. So that gives us some little flexibility when it comes to editing this particular project.
So this was a very like custom-made set that we came up with. So below this there is a thermocol sheet. So we have placed a red cloth because the whole video that we were making was about love. So the set is actually kind of made in such a way that it can be used throughout the days. Like we were shooting this video for around 2 to 3 weeks, and we have sort of marked these boundaries with certain pins. So these act as the viewport boundaries for the camera. Above we have a DSLR camera. So that is actually the main camera that we are using to capture our frames. So we are also using this kind of setup. So we actually have connected the iPad to the camera, so we can directly capture the frames whenever we want. So this is kind of helpful for our thing.
We are using these pins, right? So this pin. So one of the first videos while starting, sir showed one of the stop motions. So they were using strings, and also the thumb pins. Yes. So it was part of the aesthetic. It looked nice. One of our artists overheated this iron and directly placed over this cloth. And this is how we got this art.
At some complex scenes, there were very depressions that were coming up in the fabric. So after some scenes, we had to iron the fabric so it came in a flat resting position.
So actually today is the second last day of the shoot. So this is the condition. This is the only fabric we have. It's not going to last till day after tomorrow. So we don't have the time to go to the market and get another one. And you can see we are poking pins into a complex scene. We are poking pins, so there are a lot of holes. What happened is a couple of days back when we were ironing it, this kind of damage happened. And this is the best part. You can see still some holes. This is going out of frame. But this is the best part of the fabric we have. The rest is even worse. This is just behind the scenes what is happening. And this is just about, since we have only till tomorrow, this is just going to manage to survive till tomorrow. Otherwise we need a new set to continue.
It's great. it's tiring, but it's great at the same time. It's tiring, but at the same time it's fun. It's very fun.
It's the first time I've tried stop motion, and then the thread in itself was a big challenge. Like I know, like when I first trying to make something, I was sweating a lot. So initially when I practiced more and more, then I got a bit hang of it.
Yeah, this was the first time I was working on anything related to animation. We learned about anticipation and squash and stretch as well.
So in some scenes where like while we are shooting this, we takes a rough approximate of how much frames we need. But in some way we are not very sure like how much longer should the frame stay on the picture itself. So there we take the concept of boiling, because the frame should not look static like a single image. It should have some jitters or some little bit movement.
Learning these principles, not just the principles, but these are some small tips and tricks that you actually learn when you are trying to do that thing. So that is the kind of experience that I really thought was helpful for us. And learning these small things about not just animation, but about how to take these skills forward and how to use them in your life. So I think that was one such advantage that I think was helpful for us as a group when we were working with sir on this project.
I dreamt that I was her. I guess I've always wanted.
I felt fascinated when I actually first time I thought that they are images that are moving. So they are literally images, and I would try by myself to actually do like maybe a small high or something. Like it would be just around the corners of the pages, and it would really excite me.
Closer than usual.
Favorite scene. So one of the scenes where the lyrics goes, we spent years completing each other's sentences. So in that scene, this girl and this boy they're sitting in a landscape, and after some time, this girl bends her head and this boy bends her head. So it's cute. That was one of the.
So I think my favorite scene will go back to one of the initial scenes where these children were standing outside the home, because that scene answered a lot of questions for us. And now it seems simple, but I think at that time, just we had finished drawing the girl and the boy and the two houses, and we actually ran out of thread and we had to make the cape emerge. So that was a big challenge for us. But then slowly we started releasing more thread, because that time we didn't know, we were just figuring it out while we are doing it. With animation, there's no limit to how much you can use your imagination. So this boy just flies with escape, and he actually takes the whole scene out with him. So I think that was my favorite scene, because that was challenging at that time, and it also answered a lot of questions. Once we saw the preview of that scene, I think all of us felt that, yeah, we got excited about the project, I think, more after that particular scene.
I think stop motion was a brilliant choice. Why? Because it really complements the song, I would say, in many ways. So one way I would say, in terms of like the rhythmic structure of the song, it really complements that, in the sense that if you listen to the verses, even the chorus, like they're very long sentences, but it like stops at the end. There's like a pause, and then it goes to another sentence. So, and it's a very long kind of melody. So like stop, and then goes to the next again. So I think, and every line there's like a different kind of visualization, a different idea captured in the video, which makes it so exciting. And you're always in the anticipation that, okay, what am I going to see in the next line? Oh, what does the next line show? So in that way, stop motion works really well. The string just telling the story, and the design is also intricate. It's delicate. So I think in those ways it really complements the song, the style, the meaning of the song, and it just makes it more interesting and fun to watch and more meaningful.
So I think it's wonderful to work with a creative person. Like, music and art are like two sides of the same coin, I believe. So we're very fortunate that Aditi agreed, and then we had the creative freedom to interpret her song. And she hasn't seen it as yet, but I plan to show it to her once we complete it. So hopefully it's a good surprise for her.
I am so glad that it did, and I'm so glad that he thought of this idea. I'm in fact honored that he used his artistic talents and his students to actually use this song. It's just a simple song, to bring it to life, really. So I'm so grateful for this collaboration.
Or something, or we space completing each other's sentences for the first time.
This time we are documenting the project also well, because I think this is really important. If somebody wants to know how we are producing this piece, then this information is really valuable. One is the piece by itself. We never know when we end up doing something good. Often we underestimate this whole documentation process, but by documenting it, it actually helps other animators kind of maybe take it forward from this particular project.
Stop. Hands in. Okay, capture. That's it, we're done. Good job.
So how the animator dies?
So how much of time do I have? Doctor looks at the report and says, it's very awkward. You have Why did the polar bear not get the job? Huh? Yeah, it's about 53 seconds. 53? Yeah, done. Lights off.
Wait, take your time with the lights. Put that one first.
Yes.
back up.
Hi Delwyn and all the students who worked on this film For Something More. I'm so excited to watch this video. I haven't opened it, I haven't seen it, but I've been itching to. So here it goes, my first reaction to the project For Something More. All right, here we go. She has curly hair.
We spent years completing each other's sentences. For the first time, we are numb. You see, we're sitting closer than usual. Are we friends or something more?
Wow.
Are we friends or something more?
I think I have tears in my eyes already.
Or something.
Wow, that was, I am amazed. I'm actually tearing up a little bit because it is so beautiful. Yes, absolutely. Wow, just all of that with just one table and the string. Delwyn, you always amaze me. Wow. Thank you. Wow, that's a lot of people who worked on this. This is amazing. I think I'm tearing up a little bit because it was amazing. Really so beautiful. Like the way you have visualized the words and the meaning. You just gave another more meaning to the song with the whole visualization. Sorry. I'm just speechless, honestly. That was so beautiful. And I love the fact that you used the red color, which is from the album art that I made. And I chose that because, of course, it's about love. It's so simple, but it's so effective. Just the strings, one string telling this amazing story, and there were so many parts in there which moved me. Like I was just like, wow, I didn't think of those words or how I would showcase it, but you did it, your team did it so beautifully. It's added this another beautiful layer and meaning to this song. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much for everyone who's worked on it, and for amazing talent and ideas and concept you brought to this video. And I'm so proud to be part of this project. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, Delwyn, and everyone who worked on it.